Hey, what's going on, everybody? Papa G here. So just the locals update from last week, well, this week, and did goes well last time. So stuck with the Bustle Player Blue Eyes because it set me quite well last week. Thought I'd take it again. Uh, Not so good a result this time. I came in second last 4 rounds. It was the same number of people, but 10 people. Actually 11, think about it. And yeah, just didn't go as well this time, but that's just kind of the nature of these things. Round one was against Kilchin. As expected, it was one of the best players at locals that was playing it, so I knew it was going to be a tough matchup. Um, a bricked opening hand, as the ancient myth of brick eyes comes to play. Did Ash one of his openers, and that was kind of a saving grace in the first game. That was the only kind of thing I could really do. Did make a small board, did a wee bit of damage, but he was able just to come back and just OTK'd me. Did manage to get the Bustle Lock in game 2, but my opponent destroyed True Light with Fallen Virtuous, which just blew up my board. Took the Bustle Lock completely to play. Did have Blessed Tyrant Dragon, but he was able to bounce that to clear it, so just had an open field and OTK'd game 2, so that was that. Bit of a rough start. Round 2, bit more interesting. Speed Droid. I was not expecting this. Really interesting game actually. It was very interactive, very backwards and forwards. Wasn't expecting a lot of the combos because I have no idea how Speed Droid works. We was able to basically clear my board both games. Effects, as I said, I'm not really used to it. Don't really know what Speed Droid does. But I kind of played to my opponent's strengths and his benefit because I didn't know what I was doing, didn't know what to take out. Did shoot myself in the foot at one point because I did put the Bustle Blader in the extra monster zone, and one of the plays I could make to get myself out was to make Heretic Seal of the Heavenly Spheres, but of course my extra monster zone was taken up, so I couldn't do it because obviously Bustle Blader is a warrior and not a dragon. So lessons learned. Did manage to take game 2. It had some sort of synchro wolf rate, I think it was, and I was making plays, but it got up to like 3400 attack, and I couldn't get anything stronger than it. The best I could actually do was get something equal to it, being Blessed Titan Dragon, and I managed to get that on board with one other monster and just kind of attacked all these monsters, rolled for it last, crashed, and then just attacked for game in game 2. That was kind of my only saving grace. Round 3, because there was an odd number of people, odd number of players, I got the bye, so that was fun, not. Which took me to round 4, and I went up like a drow lad. So you can understand where this went. Down the tube very, very quickly. I was totally out-resourced. Recursion of that deck is crazy. Power level's just way up here and I'm down here. Even with the Bustle Lock, which I managed to get into play, just picked my board clean. There was nothing I could do. It was just so powerful, but that was to be expected. I know I said before, I said it's kind of more about the playing of the game and having fun. But I think just on the back of how I did well last week, I was kind of hoping for a better result. But I was a little bit annoyed and saddened that I didn't do as well as I did last week. But it's the nature of these things. You do well some weeks, you do bad the other weeks. And some of the players that are at the locals that are I consider to be the best players that I know that do have really bad weeks. It does happen. So just kind of back to the drawing boards, have a look at the deck, see if there is any improvements can be made. One thing that did kind of play against me was I did manage to get some new cards, being Forbidden Droplet. Got a playset of Forbidden Droplet, I also got a playset of Triple Tactics Thrust, and I managed to finally get myself an SP Little Knight. So I did put them in the deck, was trying to use them, but I think that kind of went against me because I've not really looked at how the actual cards work. I've got a bit of knowledge, but actually putting it into practice in the games is where I think I kind of struggled, because I wasn't really sure of the best way to use them, to utilise them. Especially SP Little Knight. It's the first I ever played. I got it out once, and I wasn't really sure what I was doing. I was kind of sort of just winging it really. So I think it'll be a bit more practice and understanding how those cards work. So if anybody out there does have any links, any good YouTube videos or tips themselves, please leave them in the comments. I'll have a look. I'll really appreciate the help. So yeah, that's back to it for this week. Back to locals next week. I might take the same deck. I am working on something else. I'm going to take back one of my old favourites, Skull Servants. So I'm kind of playing about with a couple of combos of that with cards I recently was able to get, and discovered that it works really well with Skull Servants. So I'm not going to say much into that because I want to kind of leave it a surprise. Nobody at the locals knows what the surprise is. They know I'm trying to build the deck back up again, because I did take it a long time ago and I was playing it consistently for about 2.5 to 3 months, because I was just building it up, trying to sort of make tweaks, make improvements, and I kind of felt like I took it as far as I could. But with this new card that's come out quite recently, I thought I'd just revisit it and just try not to be serious like I usually am with Blue Eyes, because it is my pet deck. It is my fun deck. I mean, it was the first structure deck I ever picked up, was Kaiba's, 25 plus years ago, and it's kind of been my bread and butter. It's been my favourite deck ever since. I mean, I've got the mats, I've got the binders, everything like that. Not got the dice yet. I still try and get those Legendary Deck Season 2 special dice, the Blue Eyes head, the Blue Eyes Alternative head, and the Kaiba Corp dice. Still trying to get those, but time will come, I'll still get them. But yeah, that's kind of it for this week, and we'll see you in the next one. Papa G, signing off.